Awesome, guys. So we are standing here with founder and owner of Run Flagstaff, Vince Sherry. And I know we put content out there and we do kind of once a week type thing. And I just got my inbox hit up because I'm a Run Flagstaff customer. I get the email notifications, and all of a sudden I see the shoebox has popped up. And so as you guys might be driving by on Route 66, just a door down from Run Flagstaff is this new concept of your shoebox.
Yeah, yep. It's something we've been working on for about the last 4 months.
4 months. So tell me about how is this different? Because that was my first question. So I'm like, okay, another place right next door. Like, how is this different? Who is this for? And tell me about the passion behind it.
Yeah, sure. Over the years, we've had customers that have come in, to get fitted for running shoes, but that also like the service that we provide, and they've had other needs a little bit outside of what would typically be Run specialty. So maybe a light hiker, in which case we fit people for a trail runner, or kid shoes. We've had a few here and there over the years. We get requests for pickleball shoes quite often. That's kind of an up and coming thing. Yeah. There aren't a lot of options in terms of places to buy those right now. Shoes for the gym. And in some other categories that we were never really able to fit within the structure of Run Flagstaff for two reasons, really. One is Run Flagstaff is obviously first and foremost a running specialty store, and the other reason is we just don't have the space. It's a small shop, and we really truly outgrew that space some time ago. We've been operating a little bit tight for the last few years in terms of office space, in terms of back of house, in terms of inventory, but in terms of showroom floor as well. So in that, it's just become more focused, and we've been able to serve less of that fringe community. This space became available for rent about 4 months ago, and we got word on pretty short notice from our landlord that we could have the option to rent it. And we came out of a very, very slow, snowy winter. So it wasn't best timing in terms of where we were at as a business, but we couldn't pass it up. So we took the opportunity, got to work on the space immediately, and then picked up everything we could from those ancillary categories to try and meet that need.
Absolutely. Well, and I love that there's a couple things, and just me knowing what I know about you and your business and family. Yeah. You got 2 little ones?
Yeah.
Right?
We have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
And so I love that too, and I got little kids, and just seeing, like, it's always that we love that service when we walk in to Run, but I am not in there all the time, right? Just knowing that for my needs as far as a running shoe, and just seeing that there's additional now needs that I can get that service at now Shoebox, right?
Yeah.
And you guys provide shoes for my kids and letting them try it on, because they can't tell you, I hate the process of sending stuff back.
Yeah.
And like, let's buy 3 sizes and send it all back, and now it's here and you can try it on. But then also from, like, you guys are so ingrained in the community and deeper, and now that you have that spillover of everyone getting their running shoes there, but now they can buy, even Laurel was showing us the shoes for service industry. Yep. Non-slip shoes, Shoebox. Yeah. So where'd the name come from? So you got 4 months run at this and Shoebox.
Yeah. We had to come up with a name in a hurry, and we were tossing it around with the staff for probably a month, and just getting nowhere. I mean, the build was well underway. We were sandblasting the wall and grinding down the concrete floor, and we don't have a name, and we don't have a sign. And that's a problem. So one day I was walking through here with my wife and co-owner Sarah, and we were walking through the shop, and she's like, huh. I was like, what? She's like, it's kind of shaped like a shoebox in here. And I was like, yeah, it is. It is like the exact scale dimension of a shoebox. Yeah. So it was like, oh, Flagstaff Shoebox. I mean, the name Shoebox is not altogether that unique. Sure. I mean, other people have come up with the idea a long time ago to name their footwear store Shoebox, right? It exists elsewhere. But the idea of Flagstaff Shoebox being 2 doors down from Run Flagstaff felt good. Yeah. And it's, it's kind of a small, quirky space, and it's just kind of like, well, and that's all we had. I mean, the idea was this time we were going to focus almost entirely on shoes. Run specialty is a lot of accessories, a lot of apparel, and this time we're like, let's just do shoes to start and focus entirely on serving that. That's primarily what people go to us there for, first and foremost, and there are other options there for certain. But really, in our hearts, it's always about the shoes. You know, that's the whole deal.
Well, and that's, you know, the shoes and the people and the lifestyle, right? And that's what I think is fun, is this is meeting like a lot more broader needs of that lifestyle. And I'm certain like the community that you already serve in the run and just in the community in general, like there's so much spillover.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
And now I don't have to go to big box or online when I can come and try it on at the shoebox.
Yeah, yeah. And that was the idea with the whole build out, was our parking lot is, we're downtown obviously.
Yeah.
It's nice we have a parking lot.
Yeah.
A lot of places downtown don't,
Sure.
but our parking lot's small.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, the parking lot is small, we try and leverage this stuff to the advantage, right? The idea is that like, the parking lot's small, you parked right in front of the door. Most of the time you have the ability to do that. We have open spaces. Like if you're coming in and you're in a hurry, it's really clean and easy. Like we can just get you what you need in the exact color you need in minutes.
Yeah.
Try it on, feels good, you're out the door. Super clean, super efficient. And then in terms of the kids component, we just tried to make the environment really fun.
Yeah.
And pay attention to stuff like, well, let's not make something or have a display that a kid's gonna bump their head on if they're running around.
Sure.
Or something that their parents gonna be worried that they knock over or pull off the wall.
Yeah.
So like if you look around, like the space is pretty industrial. Like it's just not, there aren't a lot of like crazy sharp edges. There's not stuff you're gonna bump into. There's not stuff to peel off the walls. Nothing's really fragile.
Yeah.
It's just like a fun, easy, like low stress space to be.
Yeah.
In my experience, if we go shopping at a big box store with our kids, they're fried by the time you get across the parking lot. Like if the parking lot's big enough, like I'm like, man, we can't even get into the building. Our boys are high energy. That's tough.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just this idea of like path of least resistance, easy location on Route 66. You're in, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's not going to be tedious. It's not going to be a grind. You're going to have a good time, and then you get what you need and you're out.
Exactly.
You know, that's the whole concept.
I love it. And so this is just kind of a quick kind of roll of it, not to put you super on the spot, but so there's like pickleball, hiking, kind of lifestyle. So in a lot of the brands that you carry over at Run, more than the lifestyle versions of those brands.
Correct.
Over here, kind of hang out, kick it shoes.
Totally. Yeah. So currently, what we have the best inventory in where we're at is first and foremost is the youth stuff.
Yep.
And then secondary to that would be the stuff to sort of address service industry. So we've had a lot of people come in, they're like, I work at a restaurant, I'm on my feet all day, I work at the hospital, I'm a nurse, I'm dying, you know? And you would get fit in a running shoe, but a running shoe doesn't have a leather upper, so it doesn't have a slip resistant outsole.
Yeah.
So if you're on a slick concrete floor, or if you're in a place where liquid substances are going to fall on your foot, you know, the shoes fit well and they function well, but they're not necessarily made for that specific environment.
Yep.
So what we've done now is we've addressed that by carrying things that are specific for those environments with all the technical comfort, cushion, and performance of a running shoe. You know, so that's the other. Hiking, we skew lifestyle hiking. So if you were coming in here and you're like, hey, I need a hiking shoe, the hiking shoe that you're gonna get is something you could wear around, you know, on a snowy day. It's gonna be waterproof, but if you're indoors, it's not gonna be overbuilt, right? It's something to hike Humphreys on the weekend. It's something to go up Eldon, you know, or hit some single track with your dog. We don't sell heavy duty hiking shoes to backpack, you know, rim to rim to rim, and with 50 pounds on your back. That's just not what we do. We have a lot of really good outdoor shops in town that do that. But the niche that we're trying to fill is like, I mean, I want a pair of hiking boots that looks good with my jeans, and I can wear it out, you know, on a weekend with my buddies. And then if I'm going to turn around Sunday morning and hike Humphreys, I'm good. You know, and that's kind of the concept. And that's where we focus. We try and just fill the needs here that are not already necessarily completely met.
So are we putting the argument to rest that a pair of running shoes and jeans is really not a good idea?
It's okay. It's okay. Gotcha. Actually, that's kind of the thing. I mean, that's kind of the white running shoes apparently, which again, we never did over there. You know, we always did kind of colors that well,
that's the Steve Jobs, right? We talked about certain.
Totally. But that's in. That's in. White running shoes and jeans are in, so you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we got you covered.
Awesome. Anything else major that you want to make sure that we talk about?
No, I think that sums it up pretty well. Our grand opening, technically, officially, is Saturday. And that's when we're really pushing to announce to the public that we're going to be open and we're doing this. We wanted to get through a week and make sure we could work through any glitches or issues, and we've done that. I think we're pretty well good to go. So.
Awesome, guys. Support local. Come out to Shoebox and get that same fitment and service, but now in a wider variety of ages and styles.
Thanks, Chris.